Now, what I mostly want to do in this talk is do something that I haven't done before, namely talk about the implications of what happened last year, and in particular the last part of last year, namely the general election. And I haven't done it before because this is my first talk since the general election. So this is new. So what I want to say about the general election? Well, unfortunately, it's an uncontroversial thing to say that the general election result was very bad for the climate and for nature. And it's uncontroversial because every authoritative examination of the policies and records of the different parties placed the Conservatives as by far the worst party for climate and ecology, with the exception of the Brexit party being even worse. But the Conservatives were way behind the Lib Dems and Labour and, of course, the Greens. So we wanted this to be the climate election, and we in Extinction Rebellion did our bit to try to make it the climate election. That didn't really happen, unfortunately. It happened a little bit. There were historic moments. There was that fantastic moment, which was just almost my favourite moment of a great year, of the whole of 2019, when I'm sure that many of you had the same experience. You switched on your TV for the climate debate on Channel 4, unprecedented, to have a climate debate, climate and nature debate, in the heart of a general election campaign. And Extinction Rebellion and the climate school strikers are what made that possible. It would never have happened without us. You turn on your telly for that debate, and you see that Channel 4 have actually had the cojones to do it. They've actually put up a melting piece of ice to represent Boris Johnson. And I was in Sheffield with a room full of Extinction Rebellion activists, and this huge kind of cheer went up for the room. It was I never believed that Channel 4 would actually have the guts to do it, and it was a fantastic moment. So there were some great moments in the general election campaign, but it's kind of objectively true that the result was, very unfortunately, not at all great from the perspective that we're coming from. There might be some people in the room who are Conservatives. That's okay, we can talk about that. There are Conservatives who are supporters of Extinction Rebellion, and I believe a very good case can be made for saying that real conservatism, really conserving things, really conserving our heritage, really conserving nature, right, would be a good idea, and should be aligned with the kind of thing that we're trying to talk about. But the fact of the matter is that the Conservative Party has been taken over by a very hard right, neoliberal and sometimes quasi-libertarian ideology, and that the Conservative Manifesto and the Conservative record look pretty grim in terms of what we're talking about. So, we have to be honest, the election result was an enormous setback, and it has to make us radically rethink what we do. Before I get into the implications of that from a sort of climate, nature, Extinction Rebellion type perspective, I just want to make a remark about democracy. The election was a travesty of democracy in many ways. Obviously because of the pathetic first past the post system, which once again produced ridiculously distorted outcomes, but also for a new reason. There was more manipulation in this election through Facebook and other modes of operating on the internet, but especially Facebook.